we got going on in chat. 4 people were waiting around. That's awesome. Good to hear. Why is it not? Oh, I'm gonna switch a focus on my camera really quick. My camera is set for center focus, and that will screw everything up. Wide. There we go. Magical. Great. Well, today I am going to be putting some buckles on some of my fight gear and working on some waxed leather arms that I am getting near completion, and just chatting with you guys. Hopefully this microphone's working. Yes, it is. Excellent. So come say hi, hang out, chat, ask questions. There's going to be no miracle projects today. I don't know. I'm just working on this stuff. Working on this stuff. Elbows and vambraces. I need to put buckles and straps on these, and I need to put buckles and straps on these. And I also, these are the arms that I fight with. Sherlock is from the UK. Hey Sherlock. I'm going to switch this chat function so I can see all chat instead of top chat, even though my eyes are terrible. There, live chat. We got hi from the UK from Sherlock. See, I read that as I'm from the UK. Obviously, I need better eyes. Little picture-in-picture action. Beautiful. Anyways, these are my arms. I didn't make the elbows. I didn't make the splints. I just ordered them and put it together. I'm not going to pretend I made these. But I want to put better buckles on the elbows, because the elbows have these just like plain buckles. So I picked these buckles up that are way too awesome. Hopefully they fit perfectly. I picked these up from Bronze Hammer, Porphin. They're pretty sweet, I must say. And that's also where I got, focus, there. It's also where I got these buckles from. So now it'll all be the same, and nobody will be able to see them, but I'll know they're there, and that's important. Hello from New Jersey, I assume. Chris is here. Christopher, Amanda, man, everybody's coming on in. 24 people in here. Nice. Anyway, so yeah, as far as builds go, today is going to be me strapping stuff and putting buckles on stuff. So no, we can hang out. We can have a little love-in and hang out and chat before the weekend for some people, or just another day for other people that have their own business like me. Just another day. I think I've got to work on a build project for Tuesday. I want to release another video Tuesday that's a build. So I got to figure that out and film that on over the weekend, edit it Monday, get it out Tuesday. Andrew is from Cleveland, Ohio. Hey, Andrew. Well, I'm going to tinker. I hope these fit. Oh, yeah, they'll fit. Good, good, good. Well, that'll be sweet. Very sweet. Where is my side cutters? This is another week of me needing to move a monitor here and not doing it. I wonder if I can do it quickly here. Let me just look at this monitor and see if it's going to be an absolute catastrophe if I try and move it. You know what? I could probably move it. But do I? Anyways, I might move it in a bit here. Once there's way too many people in here, and then I'll stop in the middle of stuff and move a monitor, which is silly. I I guess. Time to get these off of here without destroying my straps. That would be the best case scenario here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, please. All good. They're all good. It's going good, jacked up. Glad you're here. Look at all the people. Nice. Is anybody working on stuff, or are you just hanging out? This is a bit of a squeeze to get this in here, but I'm sure it'll work out. It's interesting because it's not a heel bar buckle, right? It's kind of got this weird like end attachment thing. I don't even know what you would call that. It's, you know, it's not a center bar buckle, but it is, but it's not. Like, is it a? It's just weird. It's I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna loop it on the end. I'm not gonna put it on like the middle part. Or I could. Man, now I'm second guessing myself. No, I'm gonna put it through the loop at the end. The consummate nerd is making a dice bag right now. That's awesome. Oh, how much do I care that it's slotted though? Do I? Do I care at all that it's slotted like this? Ugh, the frustration. Will this even work if I do it like this? That would work. Do I make it? Okay, maybe I do try and make it like a center bar buckle. Let's see how this works out. If I've lost my marbles. Do I just do it like that? Or is that not enough space? Then tuck it. That's pretty tight. I can't read. Yeah, that'll be annoying is what that'll be. I think I have to like, just my OCD is starting to think that because I've got a tongue slot that I have to redo the whole strap. I don't want to. Yeah, like it'll fit through either one. Whoop. It's just the other side won't work. I think it. I think I want it to be on the end, honestly. It just is what it is. Yeah, we'll pretend the slot was important in some way. That still looks kind of cool. What can I say? You know, even though it's totally not what it's supposed to do, it still looks cool. And this bunched up a little bit will cover most of it. And like the tongue of my strap will cover it too. Like nobody's even gonna see this damn, I want to call it a stupid buckle, but it's an awesome buckle. Nobody's even gonna see this buckle except for me. So what does it matter? I'm like losing my marbles here. Jacked up's like, I would just redo them. You know what? Eventually they're gonna break and then I'll redo them. For now, I'm just gonna put them on and everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna grab some rivets. Rivets. Little rivets. Hey Kawa, how's it going? Not that this is like the most exceptional. Let's see. What am I mumbling about? if it's not seen, it doesn't exist, honestly. Yeah, Admiral, but like I had this buckle on it that I see occasionally. But now I've got this buckle on it. Look at that. Come on. Come on. Nobody will know it's there but me. But it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyways, I'm just going to rivet it on. And this is where I should... I almost bought a GoPro today, but I'm like trying not to buy anything else. I bought a lot of stuff for streaming. If anybody has an old GoPro, feel free to send it to me so I can move it around the shop and point at other stuff. Because I'm about to go over to my anvil and nobody's going to see what I'm doing. So. Boop-a-doop boop. So pretty. Bronze hammer. Bronze hammer is Torfin, Torfin, on Etsy. He used to be Bronze Hammer on Etsy. I guess he changed it. So I just keep saying brown. I should just say Torfin. Torfin on Etsy. And his stuff's amazing. All right, I'm going to clip this and rivet it. Make sure if you see anybody that comes into the channel, grab them and say that people are actually, I'm here. I'm actually here. Well, you'll hear me for sure. But it would be nice to be able to go switch to like a bunch of different GoPros around the shop since they're cheap, and just go boom over to the riveting spot, boom over to the woodworking area, over to my die room. Yikes! Holy jeebus! That was dangerous. There was capital D right there. Don't hit my fingers. Ow. Fuck. Well, the old completely unsuccessful don't hit your fingers. Magic. Magic! Oh, there you go. Wasn't that lovely? It's a buckle. It's very cool. Is it, it's a little scratchy still, so I'm gonna go make sure it's nice and smooth. There we go. Oh yeah, it's like butter now. It's like butter. Anyways, looks exactly the same as it did before. And I can, I'll probably need to put some more holes in it, maybe? It's got a little bit of a different sizing now, but... Beauty! It's a lot of rivets. Alright, one's done. I guess I shouldn't toss things around. Let's go back to my lovely face. I'm gonna read the chat like an idiot, leaning over. If anyone gets close enough to see it, they are way too close. I gotta get some of those buckles. Yeah, he's got a lot of great buckles. He's got a lot of all sorts of great stuff, but lots of cool buckles. Oh, a leather BRB to leave on your workbench. Nice. That'd be a good idea. Oh, hey, we've got our first naked HD thing going on. Nice. I need to make some moderators. This is silly. How do I do this? Hide user on this channel. Done. I know. We're getting earlier and earlier spammers here. Hopefully that gets rid of it. There we go. And they'll be back in like 2 seconds. I've still got to sort out some of this stuff Like, I've got my stream element spot in here, but it is not taking care of business like it should be. So now we've got to do the second one. I keep forgetting stuff. I need a list. I need to write a list. I just forget. Like, I also don't have my outro, and I want some cool features to add to this, and just the week goes by so fast, and then it's Friday, and people are like, what's going on? Did my light just change? Weird. I feel like it did. Anyways, I'm sure there's new people in here. Little buckle we're putting on my arms. We're placing buckles. Then we're going to get on to doing some other stuff. It's all buckles today, really. Just hanging out, chilling. Hopefully some of you guys are smart enough to get into your shop and maybe put your phone off to the side and hang out, because then you're like motivated to work on stuff. It's always a good idea. Instead of just being like, I should make stuff. Let's watch Magnus. It's just totally fine. Let's do another snip without destroying everything. Come on. Yay. How did you get into leatherworking, and what were your first projects? I got into leatherworking because I lived with somebody who was a member of the Society of Creative Anachronism, and I did a little bit of, and he was a leatherworker, so I did a little bit of leatherworking with him, and then I got a job at Heritan Leather that used to be Tandy Leather, and then became Tandy Leather again, and a couple of my first projects are, this is the first thing I ever carved. Well, I can just do it right here. That's the first thing. Look at that. Isn't it sweet? It's the first thing I ever carved. A little weird, awkward flower thing with, look at my name. It's like a 5-year-old. Anyways. So, and I made a belt. I made a belt first, and it had some stamps on it. But this is like a carving. Like, I actually used a swivel knife and stuff. I didn't just stamp it. Hey, Cynthia. My wife's in chat. Say hello to Cynthia. And then the first big project I did, I dove into armor really quick. I showed this last week, but it never gets old. 1 second. That thing. This thingamajig, which had a different emblem on it when I did it, and I think I added the shoulders later. It's very strange. And this is, I think I changed this up. Anyways, it's an amalgamation of a few years, but the body part is the main part that I made first. And it fell over. Miss Magnus. Nice. We have 28 people in the chat. Glorious. It's amazing. I'm going to throw another buckle on this arm. I think this is actually center focused as well, but I don't feel like climbing up and changing it. Center focused on the top-down camera isn't too bad. Let's see if we can get this through here as easily as the other one. Come on. Oh, I could just trim it, but that would make too much sense. All right, there we go. Easy peasy. This is kind of off. This is kind of off angle. 1 second. And that didn't work. Never mind. Yeah, straight for the armor for sure. Put another little rivet in here that nobody can see me do, but that's okay. It's still all a work in progress. Need more cameras. This will be my my first of many reminders. This channel's got memberships if you're interested in supporting the channel even more, and the live streams specifically, because the live streams is the only. Oh my God, we got another spam bot. Anyways, we got memberships. They're cheap, and if you want to feel like supporting the channel a little more, we got gifted memberships, and that helps the stream go, because that's kind of all the stream does, really. Let's block this guy again. Blocked. Anyways, throw this on here, and then we're gonna move on to these waxed bits. And try and get them all strapped up. All right, be right back. Is anybody working on anything right now, or are you just watching? Holy Jesus, what the? There, wonderful. Now my elbows are +1 elbows of awesomeness. Well, I've done my own personal project is complete. That's great. Now we've got all this other stuff to do. Which is these. Whoa, Jesus. Oh, Jesus again. Too much, too much. Is that not tightened? There we go. These are actually van braces, though they're hilariously small because they're for a tiny, tiny arm. They are wax hardened, and you're like, well, how do you wrap them around an arm? I put them in the oven after I put all the straps on them. I put them in the oven and then roll them into a conical cylinder, a pipe shape, and let them cool. So we got to put some straps on them. Amanda's packing for Penzic. Nice. Audio Killer says amazing leather jobs. You make their greetings from Mexico. Glad to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the kind words. Aiden just finished a knife sheath and wallet for a friend. That's really cool. Good friend. And greetings from the barony of Rivenoak from, is it Jose Ramirez de Coronado? So I've usually got a bunch of straps lying around. I might not for these. Let's see. I think these are all brown. Well, I've got these bits. It's a good start. Oh, my fingers. My fingers are terrible. I've got enough. The only question is, do I have matching? Do I have the leather still for these? Oh, this isn't beveled. Some of these aren't beveled. Oh, well, I'll bevel. Yoink. Later, Jacked Up. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm gonna dig through my bin of despair and see if I've got any matching. What the hell is this? One side's beveled? Weird. Weird. If I've got any matching leather for the buckle parts, which is kind of important. Let's mute that. Muted. Been doing leather work for over a year now. Thank you for your tutorials. They got me started, and now I've even made armor. That's awesome to hear, Vesuvius. That's great. Don't forget your own plug. Do you still sell the plans on Etsy? The plans for all my stuff? Yeah, everything. Everything. Well, practically everything. Practically everything I've made in the last few years I have patterns for. And I'm sure everybody knows, but... And it's not even on... I've got a website and an Etsy shop. Much better to buy from my website for multiple reasons. For me, it means that Etsy doesn't take a giant chunk out of my sales, which they're really good at. And the second part is I can update the patterns on my website, and then it will send an email to the people and tell them it's updated. So if there's a mistake, or if I just want to like update it, like I can just send it out to everybody again. So, but Etsy's impossible to get rid of because people go to Etsy as if they're going to Google just to search for stuff like that. Go to Etsy.com and search for armor. Well, you're only going to find armor on there, right? So, anyways, those are all beveled in slow motion. What do we got? Buy from the website, darkhorseworkshop.com. Sorry for being late, says Yonaleth. We are waiting for my older sister to get here to eat dinner, and she's brought us some shirts that my youngest nephew bought for us on his trip. That's very cool. Very cool. All right, straps. What was I talking about? I need buckles. Buckle straps is what I need. This is where I get to play, is this the same leather? Hey, that's actually pretty close. I'm not sure if it is, but it's close enough for me. And that is amazing. It's amazing. Hi from Vancouver, says Brad and Van. Well, hi from Vancouver, right back at you, Brad and Van. Unless it's literally Brad next door, which would be very funny. Because I share studio space with a Brad that's right there, so. Beyond the wall. Like, yeah. I make most of my, well, not most. I make all of my Van Brace forearm straps 5/8 because I find a 1/2 inch just too small and 3/4 is just too big. So I get to be weird and do 5/8. I just feel like it's tilted a little far forward for me. There we go. Look at that. Is it zoomed? Yeah. Too skinny. here? Is it just too tight? Just too tight. Come on. Make it wider. I just find that these slip so much, so I tighten them a little extra with my whatever I've got lying around. Greetings, just joining, says Neodim. Seems good. All right, let's bevel it right now. Look out. Look out, man. I know karate. Oh, I hit something. What happened? Oh, that's weird. Now I know about that button. It's a fade to black button. Ooh. I guess I should pay attention more often to what I've got going on over here. Randomly hit it with a piece of leather. Bum, 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 bum. Again, I've said this before, it is a little weird knowing that you guys can hear me and everything going on, and I have almost complete silence. Well, I guess I can hear me too. Never mind. Ignore what I was saying. I can also hear me. I did show my explosive. Oh, we should show the intro again? Let's show the intro again. Intro time, because I love it. That's pretty awesome. Just saying. Trust Life says, this channel got me into leather carving, learned all the basics here. Magnus is a great teacher. Thank you very, very, very much. I don't pretend that my leather carving is super advanced. There's some people that do some ridiculous stuff. I cut some lines, bevel, and that's about it, you know? Bum, bum, bum. Sherlock says, gotta go, but we'll catch the next. Good night from the UK. Well, good night to you. I don't know if it's cooler there finally. I heard it was super hot there, or at least, I guess the UK is pretty big. I don't know. But have a good night, or day, or whatever the fuck. What did you say? Oh, my poor little fingies. So sore. I'm doing an excessive amount of strapping here, but I'm sure I'm going to make more of these in the future. Might as well have some spares. I had a bunch made, but I went through them all. So, oh yeah, there we go. Where is my brushy brush? Trying to clean up as I go. Last week, when we had McHugh in here, this table became an absolute disaster. Not his fault specifically, but just the combination of both of us was like, let's make an absolute mess. I'm just gonna pop back to myself for a second and do a little look back on my reading here. Oh, Mark is fighting at 4:30 PST using Dark Horse SCA patterns. Very cool. Love it. I stream around 2 to 3 to some in this ballpark, Pacific Standard Time Fridays. So I don't want to stream too much because when I streamed a bunch, people just stopped subscribing. I guess I was not entertaining enough for them to stick around. But yeah, in general, so far it's been Friday. That's more 100% honest. It's Friday because I want to stream once a week. And by the end of the week, I'm like, oh my God, I need to get a stream. And so then it just became Fridays is the last possible chance to get a stream in before the week's over. Anyone got a tip for what finish to use for a carved bike seat that gets a lot of rain? Let's see. The Gorget? Here's how the Gorget from last week turned out. Oh, hey, look at me. Are you not entertained? Exactly. And then it's got a little tab. And let's get rid of my face because whatever. Is it good? There we go. It wants to prioritize my face, so. And then the tab slides in. Sorry, there was one message back there. Somebody had messaged. Oh, bike seat. Trust Life was asking about a bike seat. I can't pretend that I'm a bike seat expert at all. Thing with carving is, once it's carved, this is how it goes. This is how my brain is thinking about it, at least. Once it's carved, it's almost impossible to seal it completely unless you've got like a crazy gross spray sheen or something. So I would just make sure that you apply some kind of light oil or conditioner to it to give it like a base resistance. Let that all soak in and not dry, but like clear from the surface area. And then you can put with a spray gun still, like an acrylic. I would put an acrylic Resolene on it. I could be crazy, but all those knife cuts, it's gonna be really hard to totally waterproof the knife cuts. So in theory, if it's gets poured on, it's still gonna get some water. It's really tough. So just think about that when you're doing it. And yeah, that's my advice, and it's 100% not expert advice on that. I've done a couple of motorcycle seats, and that's what I did, but that doesn't mean I know what I was doing. I was just kind of winging it. So dun dun dun. Oh my God, my eyes are terrible. What? Snow Seal for years with great success. Is Snow Seal like a gelatin kind of thing? Yeah, I've definitely carved a motorcycle seat before. I just don't know if I finished it the professional way. The carving was great. I'm just not sure if I finished it the professional way. Because it was a while ago. Hey, it's okay, tough. Add as many vents as you want. Where were we? Oh, we were doing straps. And I had a list. I have a big box of, let's zoom back a little bit. Woo! I'll figure that out eventually, which way to go. Oh, that's all crooked too. Let's see if I can make this less crooked. Hey, my gut. Nice job, gut. Get out of the way there, buds. Zoink. All right. Yeah, that's all right. Where is my bin? 1 second. You know what? I'm looking for a sizing chart for something. I don't need it. I've got these. I can just use these. There's my sizing chart. Done. Trust Life, were you putting the Resolene on with a sponge or spray gun? Anyways, you guys, we've got enough people that know what's going on to be able to answer questions in there while I try and do something useful in the frame here. Not that this is the most complicated thing in the world, so. Quick tip, if you're decided to use something you've cut as your measuring tool to cut other things, make sure you always use the same one. So don't cut this and then take the one that you used to measure and just toss it and pick up this one and then do this. Because by the time you get all the way down here doing that, these will all be longer by like a little bit. Well, it'll just be an absolute disaster. So if you're going to measure with a piece, measure with the same piece all the time. And now the more you know. See, this is where I need my little thing. I could do a little rainbow. Boom. The more you know. At least I think that would be funny. Gonna read the chat. You sounded a bit like Beetlejuice. You have to like what? I haven't watched Beetlejuice in a while, but when I'm trying to aggressive crap. Tufts asks, I usually saddle stitch everything because it's the first stitch I learned, but is there advantages to other stitches? A lot of people saddle stitch and they just do this. I learned with saddle stitching, and maybe a bunch of people will have different ideas on this or experiences. When you cross, you loop. So it's almost like you're doing the first knot on a shoelace on every single one. And it's got to be the same way every time, because your stitches will all angle the same if you do that. If you start being weird with it, it can get a little silly. A saddle stitch will cinch tighter, and in general, it'll cinch tighter. Like, that's it. I often will go like a running stitch all the way down and then just go all the way back. If it's something that I think is going to have a chance of pulling apart and I'm hand stitching it, then sure, I'll do through and loop all the way down. But if it's not, I'll just running stitch. I find running stitch easier. I've never really had an issue with it. So there you go. But I also, the only time I hand stitch, if possible, is if I like can't possibly use a sewing machine, or if I'm doing something for a tutorial video where I want people to see that you can hand stitch it, because it would be easy for me to just sew it with a sewing machine, but people watching the video go, "Oh, that's great, great tutorial. Thanks for the $3,000 sewing machine introduction. Oh, we got another thing. I need to make some moderators." I just said that again, but it's okay. I repeat myself often. Boom. Not on topic, but went to the cinema and watched Nope today. I enjoyed it. Cool. I haven't seen the other. What's the other one that Jordan Peele did? I haven't seen it. I'm not a big like suspense horror guy, so. See you, sweetheart. Love you. All right. We've got our 4 bits. I wonder if I might as well cut these into some semblance of straps for later. Garbage. Yeah, running stitch is like, if you're doing a saddle stitch where you're just crossing and you're not doing a loop to tie between, then a running stitch is the same thing. It's just a weirder way of doing it. Like, there's nothing, I don't know. To me it is, at least. Somebody else may freak out and like give me all sorts of shit for saying that, but to me, it's the same thing. Now I get to hopefully not be too loud with my little end bits. Just a reminder that Dark Horse Workshop on YouTube, this thing, has memberships. Feel free to become a member or gift a membership or do a super chat or whatever. And you get like emojis and stuff. Everybody with emojis should do like a wave or hey or something. I'm a great salesman. Just reading the chat. Chat reading complete. I'm super enthused. Like we're not gaining a ton. Oh, there we go. Thank you for that. It's not like we've got like 500 viewers or anything. Maybe someday it'll be an amazing 500 viewers. But we've got our we hit our average 35 people hanging out on a Friday. I don't even know if this is the best time to stream. I probably should look into that, but whatever. Is it even the best time to stream? That's the real question. I also, last week people said it wasn't too loud, but tell me if the hammering is too loud. I'm sure it's not. I just want to be aware of everything for the future. Two incredible things. How do you put up an emoji? Down on the bottom on the happy face, there is a, you hit that happy face button. I don't know where it is on all devices, but then you can go in and like pick your emojis, be they the regular standard emojis or the silly waving working Magnus emojis. They both are things. This is a great time to stream because I usually watch streams during the week in the morning, so I usually don't miss your stream. Says Yonalith. On a normal week, it'd be great for me time-wise. Sadly, this week I had to work this Friday. Well, what do you mean? Like you're here? How long have you been streaming? Wow, almost an hour? Jesus. I've done very little. If you're just getting here, the first thing I did was I put these cool new buckles on my arms. Look at those buckles. They're badass. And they are from Torfin on Etsy. I don't even know if I put them on right, but this is how I put them on, so whatever. And it will work fine. Not worried about it. Moving on. Yeah, you just become a member, get little dark horse emojis. You have my never-ending thanks for the great contribution to the stream. And if you already are a member, you can do gifted memberships that I will randomly talk about. And yeah, whatever. So far, organically, with me, my limited begging. It's not really begging. Things are doing all right. I'm getting some memberships, people hanging out, chatting, learning, talking. It's all good. I just where is oh, that's not the cable I thought it was. Sorry, 1 second. Ugh. All right. I'm glad I didn't try and oh, we got a oh, what is that weirdness? What is A50? I don't even know what that means. What is an A50? Thank you very much, Omar. Omar Peeps with the A50. It's a first time thing. Very cool. Thank you. Most of the stuff Tufts says, do you prefer buckles for everything, or do you ever use Velcro or snaps? I use buckles a lot, but because I work in film, I often use snaps or Velcro. So I've got some, hilariously, I have some life jackets that I have to cut open. This is a film project, and take the foam out of, and have it so that they don't fall apart, and that they can stuff it with not foam, because they want to do a scene where there's somebody wearing life jackets underwater, and they don't want them to float. That's my job sometimes as a leather worker. Very strange. I don't think I'm giving anything away by saying that. Usually I'm pretty hush-hush with projects, but it's taking foam out of life jackets isn't exactly top secret Vancouver film production work. Is that that's an Aussie dollar? 50. What? Jesus. Thank you very much. Well, I guess we can't do any better than that. It's been fun streaming, but we're gonna go out on a high note. How did I get into film? When I moved to Vancouver, well, I work on this stuff. Oh, here's one. This was perfect. I didn't have a job, and eventually I got a job doing security, and it was kind of random. And then I started doing background work, which is also kind of random because you can say yes or no, and it's random work days and random times, hours, work days. So I did background work, and then I got a job doing set deck, and I did set deck for a while. And I got my job at Tandy Leather, And then one of the guys I was working with at Tandy Leather, Brad, who's now next door as the second half of the studio, he worked there, and he left for Pathfinder. He went to work on Pathfinder, and he said, like, I was working at Tandy with him, and he said, "Do you want to go work on Pathfinder?" It was the Carl Urban weird fantasy Viking movie. And I said yes. So I left to work on that. And then I did a few other odd props jobs while working security and doing background work, but nothing really took off for me ever. So I eventually got into set deck and somehow wound my way through to costumes and props. But just being stubborn, really, honestly, just being stubborn. I had I kept making sure my job was flexible. I did a bunch of leather work. I got the occasional prop job. And that eventually built into getting onto Warcraft. I got to work on Warcraft with my buddy Levi, who also used to be here at this shop. Making armor, doing armor for Warcraft. And that kind of opened everything up for me for costumes, for the costumes department. And then I did like on-set stuff, which sucks. So I worked on, I built a bunch of stuff for Once Upon a Time, but I also worked on set for Once Upon a Time a bunch, which again, not really fun. Not my thing. So, yeah, that's kind of my route. My route. I was playing Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous like 2 hours ago. I don't even know. Is that a video game, or is that the RPG Pathfinder? And also because Levi's the one that got me the job on Warcraft, and then he was working on like Man in the High Castle, and I got a bunch of days on that while he was my studio mate here. So I did a bunch of military builds. So yeah, things just kept going. And now I don't do a lot of film. I do YouTube. I've done a little bit of film lately, but up until this month, it's been very quiet for me, which is fine. I should be doing YouTube. Hilarious as that sounds, I should be doing YouTube, because that's what is paying the bills right now. Not the actual YouTube ad revenue, mind you, because that's terrible. But like, you doing YouTube videos, people watching them, seeing that I sell the patterns, going to my website, buying the pattern. Pattern sales is my revenue, but the YouTube is my advertising source, I guess. Did anyone explain to them how life jackets work? That's funny. You made things all out of leather? Yeah, leather work and stuff like I've made tents before and done like nylon webbing stuff and military gack from synthetic stuff. Like, it all kind of ties. It's all the same kind of. Once you can cut out a piece of something and sew it together, it's all kind of the same. Have I ever specifically had that happen? No, I haven't. I'm sorry, I should read what people say. So Tuff said, so when you make armor for film, do you ever have something that doesn't work out because the actor can't move? I heard they have to scrap half the armor in Hobbit movies because of that. I haven't had that happen, I don't think, unless it's under somebody. Like, if I'm in charge of it, people will be able to move in it, because I do that. Because I want to be able to move. When I use armor, I want to be able to move. So, but for instance, on Warcraft, all of the crazy human armor on Warcraft was plastic. And it was all made by Weta Workshop, and it was all absolute hell to try and move in. And I didn't make it, but I was on set repairing it and trying to get people in and out of it. It was awful. Sorry, Weta. It was like, yeah. was like, who cares about the background performers wearing this armor? As long as it looks good. Or the actors. Man, that stuff was so brutal. Is anybody I've talked about Marvel stuff before, but is anybody as excited as I am for what's going to happen in Hall H with the Marvel panel? Like what might be coming up? Hopefully, some fun stuff. Because so far Phase 4 has been kind of... I'm not super into Phase 4 yet. And it's almost over. Isn't Phase 4 almost over? Alright, so we've got a bunch of little bits. Now I gotta clobber them and do an oblong punch, and then hopefully they all line up, because if they don't, that will suck. The Consummate Nerd says, remember me when you hit the big time. Nice. Yeah, it was all vacuum molded, pretty sure. I'm not a plastics expert. Injection? Is injection molding another thing? Maybe it wasn't vacuum. It was really thick. Might not. Maybe it wasn't vacuum molded. It was super thick. It could have been like some kind of injection molded or cast plastic thing. If Game of Thrones had ended better, I would have been super excited for House of the Dragon. I'm not as excited. I'm very excited for Deadpool 3. I worked on Deadpool 2 actually. I did a bunch of Domino's gear on Deadpool 2. What do I need? Oblong. Oblong. Let's see how loud this is. You know, I'm just gonna... Whatever, I'll just do it here. Doesn't matter. When you guys cry, I'll stop doing it here. Whoops. Just check out how I'm thinning. Oh, look at that. I'm thinning a bit up there, eh? Damn. Sucks. Alright. How loud was that? That sounded loud here. Do you watch Adam Savage's streams and stuff? I've been watching his members only streams. I'm currently a member of his channel. Nobody crying? Good. Bald spot check. Oh, Yana with white hair? I don't know. Like I've got a white. I've been dyeing my beard because it's splotchy still. That's my excuse, because it's still a little splotchy with the gray and yeah, I've got helmet hair. I've got headphone hair because I've got the blonde and the gray is splotchy, so it drives me crazy. So I've been dyeing it. But then I forget about it, so my videos go through phases of like awkward white and then kind of not white. It is what it is. I'm honest about it. People spend tons of money on makeup and tattoos and body piercings. I like to dye my beard occasionally. Really? It's that quiet, eh? Crazy. Cool. It's good to know. Where's my pattern? There it is. So I've got this little thing I can just put on. Let's zoom back a little bit, even though it's, yeah. I used to bleach my hair. I had white hair for ages. It's been a long time since I did one of these 10-inchers, so hopefully hopefully this made sense the last time I did it. I'm just gonna mark it. If it doesn't, I'll fix it. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Chris says my hair is as gray as Finru's belly. That's a good start to a story. Chris's hair was as gray as Finru's belly, and he was angered easily, just like the great wolf. Come on, stop moving. There. There. I just want to check this to see if I had lost my mind before. Like 4 1/4. This is a little different. How much do I care? It'll be fine. I'm being silly. You know, it says, I found my back corrector harness and I was mentally drawing out how I'm going to attach my chest shield to it. I'm super excited. Very cool. Very cool. Love it. I'm still amazed we got like an Aussie 50 donation. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So then what do I do with this? I drill it. I use a drill press and I drill through all these holes. So I'll mark all these first because these ones are bigger. And then I can just magically disappear. Man, I just don't need a GoPro. It's gonna happen. I'm just gonna suddenly buy a GoPro. Patterns. Look at all these patterns. 5,000 vambrace patterns. One of them, do they not have the... Oh, maybe that one could work. Holy, what a mess. Maybe that could work. It's a mess. Is that the same? Nope. And this isn't the same because this is an old one. Damn, I made a giant one going on here. Where is... there. What year is this vambrace from? Well, I'm just gonna do that. Butt it over and mark it. Then I'm gonna check this. It's like a 2 1/4. here. Hey, that's fine. You can tip, you can not tip, you can do whatever you want. I'm pleased with whatever. I feel I like my very random way of doing this. Just guess it. If that is, so it should be like 2 1/4 up to here, right? Shouldn't it? That's pretty close. Okay, that makes sense. Because it doesn't look, because of this gap, it doesn't look the same. But it's not this gap. It's this gap. So we're going straight across here, right? So this measurement to this edge should be the same as this around here. So that's good. Anyways, expert stuff. I'm gonna drill this and use it as a pattern because I don't want to eyeball 2 things. I don't mind eyeballing 1, but I don't want to eyeball 2. So I'll be right back. This is where I need a my be right back sign. Should I put something interesting here so people are like, oh, what's he doing? Look at that. So if somebody new comes in, they'll be like, he's working on something amazing, and they'll stay. What's the best view for this? Let's just do this right. Yeah, look at that. Okay, people will stay for that for sure. All right, be right back. Great. A friend was in here and I can't find my chuck, so I'm just gonna have to do it by hand. Here's a piece of wood so I don't destroy my table. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I wanted to check if I could do something. Let's see. Why can't I do that? For some reason, I can't do gifted subs. Or I'm dumb and don't know how to do it. Am I drilling right through everything? I am, aren't I? Hulk smash. One, two. Is that it? Now I'm being too careful. Oh, thanks, Tufts. Appreciate it. You guys with the donations and what is that craziness? It's a flying blue thing. What is... Now we get over here, we copy it. Easy. We use our McEwen Handcraft 45 caliber all thing that he gifted me. He gifted me a bunch of stuff. He's smart, that guy. Here, I'm gonna gift Magnus stuff, and he's sure to use it on the stream. And he's right. Poke. Good. Super pair. Oh, Unilith super pair. Nice. Tufts. What is that even called? Like, what is that? Like, if it's what super chat is that? Does it have a name or does it just show a sticker? Because that's pretty funny. Sure wish I knew where my Chuck was. I'm gonna look again for it real quick because I didn't look very hard. Couldn't have gone far. No idea. Oh, it depends on the donation? Okay. Let's continue our surgery of going through and right under the table. Not that the table's pretty or anything. Oh, this drill stinks. I'm still just going right through everything? Wow, whatever. I've been looking for a list of YouTube videos of the differences between different types of leather and weights and their uses. That's a good video to do for sure. Well, I don't really use vegetable tan leather unless I'm making armor or I'm carving something. Or if I really want a super specific color, but if I can avoid it, like if I was gonna not carve something and it was gonna be red, I would still try and use something that was a chrome tan that was already pre-dyed red. I don't want to have to deal with bleed or the back not being dyed. If you dye the back of Vegetan, and if you really want it to not bleed, like maybe Toconol or gum tragacanth or something on the back, or edge coat or paint. I don't know. So I try and avoid Vegetan unless I'm carving. It's funny because I carve everything. I make a lot of armor and I carve everything, so I use it a lot. But if it's something, if somebody's going to ask me for a belt that was carved, I would do it. I would use Vegetan, obviously, but like, I'm rambling a bit. I just don't like dyeing things. Don't like dyeing things. If you can avoid dyeing stuff, do it. That's my advice. Yeah. It's my quick ramble on leather. Not very in depth, but I should do a whole video on chrome tan and Vegetan and oil tan and nubuck and suede and garment versus upholstery versus whatever. I don't know. There, that's mostly good. It's mostly good. Mostly. Oh, Brad, I've got a drill press. I just don't know where the chuck went. Kevin was in here and he disappeared with the chuck. So I have no idea where it is. Might as well do these while I'm at it. Exciting! I guess it could get really exciting super fast if I put this through my hand. There. Let's do that, yeah. Well, that'll be fun. Okay, that was super amazing. What do we got for messages? Aiden's out for movie night. Awesome, have fun. Anyone know the guy with LARP Village in Ottawa? I do not know that. Ottawa LARP Village. Naga hide. Nice. Alright, so out of these two, the black set is the set that I need to get done. The brown set, whenever I get an order for something, I try and do two. Don't know, it doesn't always happen, but I try and make two. So the brown set is secondary. Got these little bits. I need to do some keepers as well. The scariest feeling ever is when the drill bit comes through the leather and kisses your fingers, says Cody. That is very true. Very true. I'm gonna grab some buckles. One of these buckles looks different. I'm going to replace it. There we go. That works. Unless it's locked on here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Don't need those. McEwen is late to the party. Mostly forgiven. Mostly. We're not doing anything crazy. We're just working on some arms and talking and getting $50 Australian donations. And then we got a $10 super sticker, I think they are. What was it? From Omar and from T. I keep. Let's see. There it is. Tough and Omar. Nice. Would be black and nickel. If I got buckles for the bracers, I want they would be black and nickel. Can you black and nickel? Like, I don't know. I don't do a lot of nickel stuff. I'm not sure. Nickel blackener. I have no idea. All right. Well, I need to make little keepers for these. I do like that the stream means I can't really procrastinate like I usually do. I mean, you know what I mean. Let's see. What am I using for leather? Come on. Where is it? Where is it? The pain in the butt. I'll use this stuff. Nice, Unileth. Well, have fun. It's all good. No apologies necessary. Have a good time. I'm going to do keepers, which are going to be like 3/8 maybe. 3/8. We're gonna go with 3/8 keepers. Just I think what I usually use. I just eyeball it usually. I've already got a straight line here. McEwen's excuse is that he has COVID. That's how he missed the beginning of the stream. It's okay. It's a good excuse. Solid. Solid work. Oh, I haven't drilled through the van braces yet, but that's okay. Do a couple of these just because. My fingers are getting a little dry. Bevel before I cut. Not really bevel keepers that much, but the back sometimes is a little bit of a mess. Oh, let's see if we need to thin these down at all first. No, that'll be fine. Now, obviously, as always, the stream can't end without like somebody becoming a member. Like I know we've got the donations and stuff. It's a big time now. We've got to get a new member. Like one. Like one new member. Who's digging deep? deep into their pockets to find that $1.99. Become a wonderful Dark Horse Workshop member. Hey Ryan, somebody was asking about leathers before. What, you should just like talk about leather in chat. Just talk. Because you got nothing better to do. They just wanted to like a breakdown. They wanted a wonderful video on YouTube of a breakdown of all the different kinds of leather, which I'll end up doing eventually. But yeah, so I rambled a bit incoherently. Why am I beveling the back of this? It's a tiny little keeper, just because it's got a little bit of fuzz. And when you're sliding, look at that! We got Omar and Tufts. They were the guys that donated though. Well, okay, thank you, much appreciated. Now the stream is, everything's perfect in the world. Everything's perfect in the world. Thank you. Just makes it feel like everything's going up. You know, 4 streams a month. I'd like to get a new member at least once a stream. All right, we've got the keeper. We're going to measure it around my. Where's my brush? Oh, my shoulder's so sore. Am I absolutely blind? Yes. We're just going to measure our keeper around 2 pieces of leather. Yeah, there you go. He's like pimping out the guest. Yeah, you should come a guest for sure. That'd be awesome. We are simply going to measure around the 2 things that it needs to go around. We're not skiving down our buckle side because this leather is right on the border of where you, like if it was a little heavier, we'd want to skive it down on the buckle to fold it. If it was, but it's not, so it's good. Oh, it's good. I make it just a little tiny bit bigger, tiny sliver bigger. Now we got people in the hall, that's great. We need 4 of these. Same thing here as I was talking about before. If you're gonna measure off of the same one, even this is dangerous. Like going like this, and then measuring off of this one, and then measuring off of this one. Like, so just be careful with that. Get rid of the newest one and use the first. Now this and this. And sure, and this can go in my, oh, that's different. Where's my bin? There's my bin. Just tossed in there willy-nilly. Now the ultimate sacrilege is my frickin' stapler. Somebody stole me stapler. Mm-hmm. Boom. Now, you probably can't see it. Well, yeah, you can. So, these lift a little bit on the backside, so I hammer it down. Like, I'll put it over something and just give a few taps. Usually the end of my anvil has, well, not usually, the end of my anvil always has a little spike on it. So I'll just slide it over the spike on my anvil and go tap, 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 tap. So, did I just see something crazy happen? McEwen in with the $5. Let Magnus know if you guys would like me back as a guest or not, or if I should bring some other leather experts with me to make Magnus look dumb. You don't need leather experts to make me look dumb, that's for sure. Ever. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. I appreciate the $5 trash talk. The ultimate How can I object? It's like, thank you for the donation and your scathing words. Boom. I'm just showing these because usually my staples are all over the place. I usually have no aim and they're all on top of each other, but like these ones are perfect. That's really good. Honest question, what's a good width for straps on armor? 3/4 of an inch, etc. Brian. Personal preference, I guess. Like, as long as your strap isn't going to break. Oh, we Tabitha with the supporter. Nice. Welcome, Tabitha. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Prince Armory's got a lot of cool stuff. Prince Armory's stuff is like it's like taking metal armor and making it leather. A lot of it feels like it a little bit. You know, it's like a lot of very steely kind of designs, but converted to leather. Which I'm gonna try doing some more of that kind of stuff. He's very talented artist, very cool stuff. Oh, buckles. I use 5/8 for tons of stuff. I've used 5/8 for the sides of my body armor. If I get up onto the shoulders where there's more gravity, more pull, more force, more something, 3/4. I'll go 3/4. So, but I also make sure that all my buckles are, if they're combat, if it's like something that you're fighting in, if you're doing HEMA or SCA or whatever, make sure they're like at least solid brass. Don't use cast crappy buckles because if they explode, that'll suck. At least with brass and bronze buckles, you can see that they're bending or warping, and like if you could replace them eventually. Cast buckles will just explode all over the place. So that's my tip.
The slowest straps ever to be applied to a van brace.
Tabitha is in from Atlantia. Greetings. Speaking of Atlantia, well, speaking of kingdoms in general, I was thinking of doing. I haven't decided yet. Don't quote me on this. When you literally can quote me on this, you could literally you can clip my live streams and make little segments. Anyways, I was thinking of, what do we got here? Nice, Cody in with a couple bucks. Thank you, much appreciated. I was thinking of doing a contest worldwide. Now it would be an SCA contest, but part of the SCA asterisk next to it would be that whatever you enter, the entry would be one of something that I've made, something from one of my patterns. You can have modified it or whatever, added your own art, changed it a little bit, but like something based in one of my patterns. You would enter it as many times as you want, like a bunch of different entries, and you'd have to say what kingdom you're in. Now, if you're not in the SCA, it doesn't matter. You just have to figure out what kingdom you're in, so you can enter. Which it's kind of cool because then you get to go look around and figure out what kingdom you're in. Anyways, and then I was going to give away. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm just like spitballing. I was going to give away one like full pattern thing to each kingdom. So I'd have a winner from each kingdom. I think there's 20-ish. And I would give away like all my patterns to one person in each kingdom. Anyways, that was my idea. And I was thinking about it. Thoughts? Alright, here we go. Another keeper. You guys can see absolutely nothing on my... I'm just going to do this. We've all seen the keepers. I'm just going to look at... You can just get my face. This is where all the money comes from. Let's see here. Don't screw this one. This is the one I'll screw up because the other ones are perfect. Oh, so far good. Oh. Oh, wow. It's another good one. When the pressure's on. When the pressure's on.
When the pressure's on at Dark Horse Workshop, amazing things can happen. Coming this fall, Magnus, stapling keepers until he fucks one up. Only at Cineplex Odeon Theaters.
Mostly good. Mostly good. I'm not going to show it to you. I'm just going to say it's mostly good. All right. Now we can, because we forgot about the van braces, we can bring back our little piece of wood. We got Outlands, West. Yeah, so that was my contest idea. I thought it was kind of a cool idea. Like, I'm not losing a ton. Like, I just giving away stuff that I already have to give away. It's not like I have to make anything. I have a bad habit of using too thick of leather for stuff because I like how it looks. So the stuff I've made for SA people is usually pretty hot and heavy, says Tufts. Is that for armor, you mean? John says he's going to Pennsic. Anybody else going to Pennsic? John's from Atlantia. I am not going to Pennsic this year. I might go to Great Western War? Maybe. I don't know. I need to make a bunch of money is what I need to do before the end of next year. I've got something going on as far as needing to make some cash. I'll show you me drilling for whatever reason. Anyways. Zip. Made a shoulder set that was quite heavy. So for me with armor, I like to do layered stuff, just because I like how layered stuff looks. Yes, it's more protective, but honestly I like how it looks in anything, whether it's armor or costumes or whatever. I like to have that kind of like depth. It's like something as simple as edging your lamellar. It really makes stuff look just that much better. And if I'm making armor, I really think about what part of the body I'm protecting before I double or triple down on the leather, because I don't wear shoulder armor when I fight. So in theory, my shoulder armor can be as thin as it possibly can be, while still holding its structure and offering a little bit of protection. So that's how my brain works. So van braces are thinner than elbows. Shoulders are thinner than elbows. See a theme? Knees are heavier than cuisses. That kind of stuff. So if I'm gonna have heavy stuff, it's elbows, hands and wrists. Hands and wrists. If you're doing great weapon, hands and wrists. If you're not, I usually have it not that heavy. Gorgets are pretty heavy. Knees. That's about it. I'm from Mattenveld, so things that are thick are far too hot. I still haven't figured out a good set. It says Nerdzerts. Well, if you want to do hidden armor, and you're worried about, and you're like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy it. There's Plastic Smith Armory in Canada is doing a whole bunch of thin plastic stuff that will work great in the heat. There's the thought. Plastic Smith Armory, free plug. Lots of cool stuff. Elbows, knees, legs, I think legs? Pretty sure legs. Van braces. think he was doing a Bozzaban pattern. Anyways, you guys can look it up. Plastic Smith Armory. If you're like all out of luck and you're like, what the hell do I do? He's got lots of cool stuff for, especially for if you're in a place that's super hot. Now, I tend to do all my wax leather armor. I do it with as high a melt point paraffin wax as I can find, which really isn't that much higher than the other stuff. I think it's like a few degrees, but I just try and think about that whenever I go into a candle shop, which is where I get my wax. That's not the right spot, is it? I just make sure to look for the highest melt paraffin. I don't use beeswax. I know a lot of SCA people are like 50% beeswax, 50% paraffin. I've never really, I don't know why. I think people do that because one day somebody said that, and then everybody did it. Oh, battery. Fuck, really? Oh, at least I got more batteries. 1 second. Oh, my shoulder's sore. Come on. Whatever. That looks all good. I'm a little worried about some of the spacing, but I'm sure it'll work. Magnus, do you get all your Vegetan from Lonsdale or do you order from anywhere else? John asks. John Benmare, so far I get all my armor Vegetan from Tandy, and I usually go to Lonsdale for anything else. Now, I haven't gone to Lonsdale a lot lately. We're not doing any kind of sponsorship thing with Lonsdale anymore for the time being. That might change, but Lonsdale's close, and I've got so much scrap here that I should really use the stuff here. What generally ends up happening, I find Tandy is pretty cheap. It's usually cheaper. You can find better deals at Tandy Leather. It just is what it is. But it's way out in the middle of nowhere, so when I go out there, that's an hour and a half out of my day. And for me, I'm thinking about how much that's losing me in time in the shop. So hour and a half compared to a half an hour going to Lonsdale. So it's 1 hour of paying myself to do nothing to drive. So it's kind of, so if I'm going to go get saddle skirting for armor from Tandy, I've been dropping like $800 there when I go, at least. I get a bunch of other stuff, so I don't have to, make it really worth my while. I get my rawhide I get from Tandy as well. Whatever. I got a ton of rawhide over there, and all in rolls right now, drying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rolls. Punished Props Academy has some great books on foam smithing. "12 minutes away. Tandy, that's nice. Very cool. Oh, I still got to drill the other one. What time is it? Oh, we've almost been going 2 hours. It just breezed past. Crazy. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging in there. In the glorious Friday. I have not heard of a knight that has a SCA legal leather helm. No. All right. Oh, there they are. Many rivet. Well, what do you mean Penzic's not SCA? Penzic's SCA. 100% SCA. There's other people there, but it's definitely an SCA event. Let's go. Come on. Is that the right size? Am I crazy? Or I lost my mind? That should be alright. Greetings, Fernando. Thanks for subscribing. Oh, that would have been great. Like, put my buckles on like that. It'd be hilarious. I've done some stupid stuff before, but that would have been top notch, next level. Oh, exactly like that. Need my keeper in there. Beep beep. That's the kind of stupid stuff I've done before. Just forgot to put my keeper in. Done. Magic. I was thinking coastline, but I probably need some. If you get into hotter areas for the SCA, you get less armor. Because the armor requirements for the Society for Creative Anachronism are not that crazy. Like, you don't... Obviously, it's dumb to not wear van braces, but you don't need van braces. You need elbows, helmet, gorget with some spine protection, kidneys, groin, knees. That's it. Is that it? Hands, wrists. Somebody will pipe in if I miss something, but that's it. So, you know, it can be pretty crazy. Like, and honestly, stuff like, if you have the money and the time, my arms are very light. They are spring steel. They are like very, very light. So if you're in hot spots, you just find plastic, you cover up, you like do hidden armor, you lots of like, you know, lacrosse body armor with a nice tunic and a belt. And then if you get hit and it hurts, you add armor. And if you don't get hits in the spot where you have armor, you take armor away. Like, that kind of stuff. Anyways. That's tiny. Yeah, there's definitely ways to make it happen. But for me, when I've been to Pennsic, my luck has been terrible. And generally, my experience at Pennsic has been, like, as far as weather goes, terrible for me. I just die there. I'm like, why did anybody settle here? Why are people living in this place of the world? But that's starting to become everywhere. It's getting pretty ridiculously hot in all kinds of spots. Come on, get in there, you little bastard. What are you doing? What is going on? Don't anger me. Come on. There we go. Boop, boop. Those are barely going through, which is how they usually are. Time to rivet these. Check questions first. Dark Horse, do you line your armor with padding? Asks John. I pad my gorgets. I pad the back of my hands a little bit with like some mouse pad foam because waxed leather, the back can get nasty, and I don't like to wear gloves. I wear elbow pads and knee pads. That's it. Cup. That's not really padding. So no, for the most part, no. Now my van braces, just because it fits better, it's recommended that you pad them up because they're so rigid. But I don't use my van braces. I use splinted. So like these hug my arms so much better that I don't need padding in them to like keep them nice and comfortable. Like the padding in my van braces is more for comfort. But I also don't do a lot of war fighting. I just do kind of one-on-one stuff. So my kit has never been like somebody who's doing war fighting a ton and getting clobbered by great weapons constantly. So maybe if I was doing that, I would pad up a bit more or have shoulder armor. I'd probably have shoulder armor if I was doing a ton of war fighting. So I'm gonna rivet these. Hopefully that's the plan. come back for a second just for the hell of it. What's people saying here? You guys got your own little conversation going on, all without me. Another thing you can do if you're wearing armor in super hot places is to bridge it off your body somehow. So either with foam or something that gives it a little space. So, random thoughts. I'm going to rivet this other buckle on, and I'll be right back. One more. Very snug little spot here. Pretty impressive how little space there is. Magic. We've only lost... Yeah, we didn't lose anybody. There we go. We got those two on. They're not backwards, which is awesome. I've got a keeper on there, which is bonus. And actually, I only snipped one of them. The rest of them are barely through. I might have to peen that a bit more. It's a little scratchy. That one's good. That one's good. Yeah, I'm going to do a little more peening on that so I don't forget. This one too. Magical wizardry at its finest. What do you think of my thumbnail? Was my thumbnail good? I thought it was good. And nobody's making a hardened leather helmet anymore for anything. Oh, I made a joke one year on April Fool's that they were testing hardened leather as a helmet option. And I was amazed at how many people bought it. It was pretty good. I think I did it, I think I said it in I was in an uproar about it. I was just like, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but have you guys heard that they're blah, 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 blah. And people were like, what? And then it took a while for them to catch on. My helmet has ballistic helm padding in it. I don't know if that's what you guys are talking about as far as padding goes, but yeah, you're right. You want to use either closed cell foam or lots of people are using ballistic helm padding. Some people use rugby helmet, like rugby padding and stuff. Oh, now we got to put a couple of these little things right in there. Like the Friendly Giant. I'm going to take, or Bob Ross. Hey, the Friendly Giant was kind of a Bob Ross ASMR kind of guy too. Put a little rocking chair right here for a friend. Is non-Newtonian padding like Zoom bang stuff? Because there are people that are doing that, but you would never do that on a helmet. That would be a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. People do use Zoom bang, but not in helmets. Oh my god, it took them a while, but we got our spam thing again. Hidden. One of these is a little weird, but it'll be okay. Yeah, that'll be fun. I've got a bot. I just haven't set it up to deal with that. I should take a picture of that. Actually, I'm going to, because I can probably set up a phrase, and it's always the same. It's always the same stupid name on it. Picture time. I could probably also do it on the fly, but I don't really want to. $5:30. Usually we go about 2 hours. It's been 2 hours, but I'm still riveting stuff. I'm not going anywhere. I like chatting, so it's all good. I want to at least get these other straps, so maybe a half hour more. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You also got to check to make sure you haven't warped your rivets, which sucks when you do, but these are all good. I'll be right back. These ones are getting a little crazy. What's going on? Whew. Saved it. How many people did we lose? Barely anybody. I think that's great. I think I gotta pull one of these.
One one's a little weird. I'm just trying to decide if I should pull it.
I'm gonna smash on it and see what happens. I'm just looking for it to pop off the washer. That's all right. I don't know. I don't trust it. I'm going to take a look at that again in a bit. I don't feel like screwing around with it too much right now. Whew. My hands are sore. I guess I could take this Band-Aid off. I was just covering a split in my hand. Fixed. Well, I'm gonna put this other set of straps on. I could do the elbows, but it's Friday. And that'll probably be it. Whew. Wonder who has been here since the beginning of the stream? Who has? I'm curious. The average stream view duration is 7 minutes and 20 seconds. So if you've been here since the beginning, you're hardcore. Hardcore. We got members, we got super chats, we got super stickers. What a stream. Last time I think we got, was it 5? We got 5 gifted memberships last time, and then we got 10 gifted memberships the time before that. Crazy. Pretty cool. Is this bent? Yes. Ba-ba-ba. 1 second, I've got, I think you guys are still talking about padding. One moment. Fail. These are Oregon Arrow, or this is, it's one kit. Ballistic helm padding. Ballistic helmet padding. In different shapes and sizes. They come in 3/4 or 1/2 inch. These are 1/2 inch pads, and they Velcro into whatever thing you're putting them into. So I usually get 2. These are backup pads. I get 2 kits for a helmet. Again, I don't know if, I'm not going to read back. I don't know if this is what you're talking about. I assume you're kind of on that kind of conversation. These are the greatest thing ever. These are so good. Love them. Big fan. Big fan. Yeah. So there you go. Then you just fit them in your helmet however you want with some sticky Velcro, and you're good to go. Anyways. Love them. Love them. Nice, Sean. So these are waiting for my other pads to die or just, yeah, whatever. Back to this. Oh, what have I done here? Dum dum. Dum dum. Oh my god, he's back again. Naked HD. When you're gonna look at naked stuff, make sure it's HD. Because if it's not HD, it's nothing. Magnus, those look like the same pads I wore in my helmet in the service. John, they are from Oregon Aero, which is a military helmet and padding company, so I would have no doubt that they would be the same ones, or very similar. No doubt. For yeah, if you're doing stuff other than helmets, varying levels of closed cell foam, strategically placed depending on where you need it, is the general idea. Some people will pad out their elbow or pad out their knee and then wear it. I like to wear knee pads. I wear actually the best knee pads I ever discovered were knee sleeves for powerlifting. They're fairly thin, but they're also, they've got no weird ridges. They're not like, they're very comfortable, super comfortable. So if you ever have extra money to throw at stupidly expensive powerlifting sleeves, I haven't used any for my elbows yet. I haven't found any that work. They're just a little too weird. There's just a lot of bend going on in SCA Combat to be using powerlifting sleeves for elbow sleeves, probably. Not 100%, probably. But for the knees, they're so good. They're so comfy. Love them. Love them. Anyways. Double check, make sure the buckle's not upside down, make sure my keeper's on. Buckle, keeper, good. Yeah, and on top of that, you would want, like, I know some people do pad everything out, but wearing knee pads directly means that there's never any weird failure where your knees aren't protected. You've got knee pads on. So, but those sleeves, one of the, like, I've got, you know, if you've been doing SCA stuff for a while, there's a few eureka moments that you have that are, you're like, why didn't I do this ages ago? So for me, there's a few of them. Knee sleeves is one of them. Love those knee sleeves. They're way better than any weird volleyball knee pads I've ever found. They're awesome. The helmet padding, that's another one. Using Oregon Aero helmet padding. So good. Wish I had done it way earlier. Now I always have a backup set on standby just in case. Not wearing a leg belt, which may seem weird to some people. For SCA Combat, my legs are totally plastic and they're hidden under pants. I've got greaves and leg wraps and stuff. But I have, I'll bring them sometime. Just got to remember to do that. I have like a little tiny short demi greave on my plastic legs that just goes below the knee a little bit. It's very small. It's like that big, but a square. And on that there is Velcro and elastic. So I Velcro and elastic that above my calf, but below my knee. And they just and I've got cuisses, plastic cuisses, and pants, and they don't. There's no leg belt. They just sit there. And then my leg wraps and greaves on the bottom also help just keep them in place and just sit there. That's another one of those eureka moments. Wish I'd done that ages ago. So, there you go. Tips galore. All right, now I'm going to make a little note where I'm at, actually, so I can catch up on the conversation. I'm going to do a little beep, 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 beep. There, now I know. King Minty says, hey, just wanted to say that I love your work and I could listen to your voice for hours. So happy I came across your live videos. Thank you, thank you. The Consummate Nerd says, so you can use sporting armor hidden under costume. 100%. I have a Viking persona. Space Viking, really. Like, it's kind of Viking. So I've got hidden legs. Like, even these aren't in theory, like if I was gonna do like a probably a super period Viking look, I probably wouldn't have elbow cuffs. I'd probably just have fan braces, and then I would hide plastic. Like if I was going crazy, I'd have plastic elbows hidden under a long sleeve tunic, and then because I like the look of armor, I'd have like over the forearm, I'd have a splinted van brace. But you have to have elbows. I just wear these because I like how they look. And lots of people wear like lacrosse armor under tunics, that kind of stuff. All right, riveting. And hey, when we get this stream going even more, this is not a coming back. This is not like me begging for donations, but as this stream builds, and it's built every week, it's built, I'm going to start getting more cameras, which is going to be silly, but I think it's going to be GoPros because I can move them around. But for instance, I'll be able to hit my switcher, I've got a switcher, and I'll be able to pop over to, you guys can watch me rivet, some of you won't care, but at least it won't be like, where did he go? It'll be cool. I'm very invested in this, I'm having a lot of fun. Sorry, I was riveting, I'll be back in a moment. Everything was going so well. Boom! Like a professional. Like a professional. Come on. This one's a complicated one. Whew. I don't want to leave it like I don't want to leave the stream abandoned for that long. I'm reading. I am currently working on a linen Viking shirt. I recently acquired a couple skeins of wool for doing a tablet woven hem. I'm excited to try and integrate the weaving with the armor too. It says Nerdzerts. Awesome. I just, a friend of mine made me a new tunic recently, which is really cool. It's got some tablet woven trim on it and some of my knotwork. Beautiful. Tufts is like, what kind of rivets do you prefer? I don't know if Tufts is talking to me specifically. I love my peening rivets. I use them on so much stuff just because they look cool. So, like if I'm doing, it really depends on what I'm doing. All my armor I put peening rivets on. I never use leather double cap rivets at all. So lots of peening rivets. They're a bit of a pain in the butt sometimes, but I love them. If I'm going to do something for film, depending on what it is, I might use. Depending on what it is, I'll probably end up using double cap rivets for film. Yeah, really it depends on the project. But I love peening rivets, so I just use them all the time. The armor in Monty Python is knitted chainmail. Tabitha says, I want to see that. I'm not sure what Tabitha is referring to. There's some neat cable stitching knitting patterns. You can look exactly like chainmail without the weight. Tabitha's probably referring to the knitted chainmail, which I've seen on lots of shows. People have used that knitted chainmail before. So it is a thing. More riveting. More riveting. That one. Almost too easy. What's wrong with it? Snug fit over here. Snug fit. Come on. I'm wrestling with this one. Well, success. Am I not very bright today? Whatever. Don't even say it. 32 people here and I'm like not even in the frame. Beautiful. Love it. I now need to put on, good, nothing's backwards. Do a little picture-in-picture action. Oh, my fingers are sore. You just cover them in tape and hope for the best. Now we're gonna put on these little end bits. Get rid of these these are longer rivets. I really should get some shorter ones. I have two sizes, but they're like long and then like still long. Like long and longer. So I'm gonna use the shorter ones. Waste a bunch of brass. This is one of those things where I should have a list of stuff to do. I should really populate. Like I've got a Atom Mini, which is like a video switcher, because that's what you do if you're a professional streamer. And it's got an option to be able to load images in, which I did successfully one stream. I posted a little, oh my leg, little Thor Ragnarok image, and I should populate it with a bunch of cool pictures, because then people, you know, like stuff like my, like I guess I could go find it right now, but you really don't want to like. Well, I guess I wander away. I wander away from the stream a lot, but in general, that's not a great plan. So maybe next week I'll have some pictures of my armor, more pictures. Why not? Why not just have it at the ready and I can pop it up? That's a great idea. Me. It's a great idea, me. Actually, who said I'd like to see the tunic? Anyways. Rambling to people. I may not even be rambling about what you're talking about. I just was like, oh, you must be talking about my tunic. Unless you're talking about the chainmail or something. 6 o'clock. 32 viewers. We peaked at what? I don't know. If you haven't liked this video, go like it right now, because that's what we do. We make sure we like the video, because that way it's liked, I guess. Though I do... another reminder for anybody that's wondering about my streams. I unlist my streams after they're done, because people don't like to most people don't like to rewatch streams, and I lose subscribers, or people just don't subscribe if you've got a bunch of streams in your listed videos. And I had a bunch at once that I didn't have any other content, so it looks bad. So I just unlist them all. So if you're ever looking for streams for whatever reason, if you're the kind of person that wants to see streams after they're done, they're in a playlist called live streams on my channel. So you just got to scroll down. They won't be in my regular video feed. They will be currently, like this one is currently on my regular feed, but as soon as it's over, it unlists and goes to my playlist. What's everybody saying? Yes, your tunic. All right, my tunic. Actually, I've got 2 cool tunics. Do I have one here? No. Oh, I should show you my coat, just because it's awesome. It's not armor, but I didn't make it, and it's not leather work, but it's really cool. It's here. I've got like a really badass coat that my friend Katrin made me. Come on. And I will show that to you, because why not? Why not? Show and tell is fun. Here it is in all its glory. It's got some like fancy trim on it. It's a little dirty, don't mind me. It's also got all this crazy, look at all this knotwork stuff on it. Badass. And wow, my shoulders are sore. It's pretty dope, I must say. Anyways, got trim on there. It's cool. It's a cool jacket. I kind of should put some kind of closures on it or something, but I haven't, so whatever. Anyways. Throwing in the pile. Oh, Naked HD's back. Yes, it is a lot of hand sewing. It is, I think it's machine sewn, and then it's also got some fakey hand sewing on it. So it's structurally sound, but looks hand sewn. Man, I don't know what it's made out of. Wool? Might be wool. It's pretty, yeah, it's got a bit of weight to it. Yeah, bone toggles will look cool. There we go. Actually, I want to check something. Now that this is all done, I'm going to check this, even though 2 inches. 2 inches. Okay. Whew. That would have sucked if it wasn't. What are you working on tonight? I tuned in late. Todd, I am putting some buckles on van braces. Buckles and straps. I fixed my own arms in a way. I put some new buckles on here because I wanted these cool buckles on from Torfin on Etsy. So I replaced some crappy buckles I had and put these badass ones on there. A lot of chatting. New records for, we've got super chats, we've got super stickers, we've got new members, we've got new subscribers. All in all, pretty awesome. And we're 2.5 hours into this stream, which is more than usual. People are still hanging out, so whatever. I'm still building stuff. I'm almost done because I want to, like, you know, have a Friday. Would be cool. Do you have a shop drink? Like, what's your go-to drink to have in your shop? The fridge usually has a bunch of different beer in it. Right now, it's got a bunch of beer I don't like, so I don't have anything here right now. Or some scotch. Look at, oh, here. Not that I'm looking for a sponsorship at all, but come on, maybe we can do something, Highland Park. Come on, maybe we can make it happen. We can make it happen. I'm going to rivet a couple of these more things. Be right back. A couple of these more things. English good. Rawr. Almost there. We got 2 more. I've tried to get into scotch. Just never could always taste like gasoline. King Minty. I drink scotch extremely. I'm not a very big scotch guy. I drink it like super slowly. It's kind of nice sometimes. I'm not really into it that much, honestly. What tool do you use to cut down your peening rivets? I use just a simple set of side cutters. And if you don't have strong hands, the longer your handle, the better your, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, the easier it is to cut. I've also got these ones. I don't use these much. I just don't like how they feel. They're just a little weird. I just like to go snip, snip. Nerdzert says, King Minty, how many scotches have you tried though? Yeah, that is, hey, like I used to, I don't know, I don't even know how much I'm allowed to talk about alcohol on my stream, if it matters at all. Probably not. I used to hate tequila, and now I've had good tequila, and it's good tequila is pretty good. So, same thing for scotch. You have crappy scotch, it's gonna be crappy. Todd Gardner says, what anvil do you use for your rivets? I'm going to aim at it. Do I aim at it? Can I aim at it easily? This is where things get weird. Oh. No, I'll just pull it out of the... I'll just pull it out. I'm an idiot. Alright, this is my anvil. I bought this a long time ago, so I don't know where you can find it right now, but you can probably find it at your regular Princess Auto, KMS Tools, maybe Home Depot type places. It's just a little anvil. Now, they're like, I think they're filled with sand. Or I came across one that I drilled into and sand came out. Not totally sure. I have drilled divots. These didn't do what I wanted them to do. That was a long time ago. So I used these ones, these little divots. And I put the round head in there and I hammer away. So yeah, I don't know where it is right now, but it's a very small, little, easy anvil. I don't know where you could find it, but I don't think it's like some kind of magical anvil that you would have trouble finding. It shouldn't be that complicated. I'm like, how do I aim the camera at the anvil? Or I could just move the anvil. What do we got? Lots of conversation about scotch. There you go, Harbor Freight. 15-pound anvil. That might even be smaller than 15 pounds. Not sure. Must be. That must be lighter than 15 pounds. That's a very tiny little anvil. I'm gonna rivet these other rivets. I'm gonna peen these other rivets. Now I need my side cutters. Whoa! One more rivet. Sharp, a little sharp still. There we go. Boom. So we've got these done, and some of you might be like, I don't know what you're doing, but that's okay. Somebody's in the hall. So, this is solid. I like to put a little soft leather edge on here, so what I'll end up doing is I'll machine sew soft leather edge on there, and then I'll put this in my oven at like 180. I don't always forget Fahrenheit and Celsius, honestly. I space out. Not very hot. 180, not very hot, for 10 minutes, and then I will pull it and form it and do it up. I'll punch some holes and do it up and let it sit and cool. And then I'll mount it to the elbow, which we haven't finished. We haven't got the straps on the elbows yet. What time is it? 6:17. I might as well see if I got straps for elbows. I really have nowhere to be. A little wax on there. And then I will use paracord to mount this elbow to here. Beep, 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 beep. And then it'll be beautiful. Beautiful. All right, now I'm going to read what people are saying with my terrible eyes. I use granite slabs all the time. I use it for leather carving. I use it for riveting. If I'm doing stuff for film, my granite slab is often my riveting block. I just throw stuff on there that's flat and do double cap rivets on it. I also use it as a base for punching. Like, usually I don't punch on this table. There's no reason to. It's got a lot of vibration to it. It's my main spot where I film, so there's, if I don't have to punch on it, I don't. Like, I might punch on it if I'm filming, but if I'm actually working on stuff, I use a poundo board, which is like a super thick rubber. I'll just show you. I've got. I got granite slab for leather carving. This one isn't for riveting. This is specifically for leather carving. I've got two of them. This is my leather carving one, just because the other one's got a bunch of weird marks on it and stuff, and I don't want that to transfer somehow into my carving. So I've got this, and then underneath it, I've got this. Just to take out some of the crazy bang, bang, bang and settle everything down. And then if I'm doing punching, I got, on top of that, this. That was a little loud. But, so in general, I will be doing all my punching on here. I'll punch everything unless I'm filming it. If I'm filming it, depending on my mood, it'll probably be on the white table just because it's easier to see. The contrast is good. I just don't want to mark up the table like crazy. So that's that. Now I'm going to read some more. What the... It's probably 180 Fahrenheit, I would think. It's not very... It's probably 180 Fahrenheit because it's a temperature I've seen. 180 Fahrenheit is like a cure boilie. Somebody will correct me. It's like a temperature for doing water hardened armor. That's around the temperature where the tannins in the leather kind of bond and make it rigid if you want to bake leather, vegetan. If you want to bake wet vegetan. So 180 is a good temperature, but I just don't leave it in there long enough to do anything crazy. So, yeah. Where are my straps for arms? Are they all brown? That's the question. Well, they are all brown. Well, I know we're working on these black arms, but whatever. I've got these already prepped, so I can just. Yeah, my temperature idea I might be way off. I don't know. It's not very hot. The 180 I'm using is not very hot. Does that help? Here we got our little bits. This is super complicated. Let's see if they're actually beveled on the back. Yes. These aren't totally punched. That's all we need for those. What was that? Oh, my edelbow.
elbow strips. Buckles, I mean. Your buckles. Oh, geez, my back. And then I hit my knee on the way back. Nice. I did deadlifts today. I didn't need to hurt my back at all. Oh.
Well, this isn't super complicated. We're going to throw... Boom. We
are going to just put this in here.
I think that's the right length. We'll see. If it's not, I will trim it. Yeah, that's about right. Should be it. It's a B38. It's a B38. Yeah, that'd be fine. Tough throwing up the buck. What's going on? Thank you. Appreciate it. This is like, this is an entertaining stream. I'm enjoying it. Let's see here. Have I lost my mind? No. Boom. Boom.
Broken old man is 100% true. I've got 2 screwed up shoulders, 2 screwed up knees.
My back isn't too bad. It's just sore right now from, like, I haven't done deadlifts in a while, so.
It's not exactly happy with me. It's asking me why I'm doing deadlifts, but it's all good.
There we go. And I'm thinking of switching, finally, not using these center bar buckles anymore. I just don't like the look of center bar buckles, but I've always used them on my elbows. So I'm going to start going to heel bar with a little keeper. But for now, I'm going to use these. If you're making stuff, you can just send it to me, or you can use Instagram and tag Dark Horse Workshop. Instagram works. If you send it to me, info@darkhorseworkshop.com, I put it in a folder until I got a bunch, and then I put it up on my Facebook and my other socials. So, where's rivets? Well, I haven't had anything replaced yet. I had a labrum repair on my right shoulder, but nothing replaced. I wish I could have my shoulder replaced. That'd be nice. All right, little rivet time. Did I wander away with my... I probably put it away. Oh, here it is. All right, I'll be right back. Riveting. Worst riveting job ever, but it succeeded, so it's all that counts. see. Where's my longer? Doodly doo. Zoop. Good. Wonderful. Now I'm going to rivet this. Almost. Not quite. Where do you get your rivets? Oh, King Minty, thanks for all you've done, do, and will do with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This has been a super chat tip kind of heavy stream. It was crazy. Nerds asks, where do you get your rivets? In town in Vancouver, I for the longest time got my rivets from Pacific Fasteners, which probably doesn't help you at all. But rivetsonline.com, big plug for rivets, free plug for rivetsonline.com, is where I usually go now if I need rivets. If it's like I can still get these 1/8 inch rivets from Pacific Fasteners, but any other size I go to Rivets Online, and when Pacific Fasteners runs out of 1/8 inch peening rivets, I'll probably just get them all from Rivets Online. Makes sense. Now we just got to put this one on. Beep. Easy peasy. Mostly easy peasy. Get in there. Get in there, bud. What's going on? Come on. Oh, just as I thought it wasn't. There we go. Ah. Snugness, but it'll do. Be right back. Destruction. Wonderful. We got an elbow, kind of. You know, it needs to have its holes punched and trimmed and all that kind of stuff, but I also might retire the single strap. I might start going to Y straps on all my elbows. I probably should. I might as well. Like, this is a Y strap. It just hugs your elbow a little more in place in the cop. So my arms are pretty expensive. I should probably start doing Y-straps. I just got to remember to do it, honestly. Like, it's not even... It's honestly just a remember to do it thing before I punch. I literally was riveting this together. I'm like, I was thinking about doing Y-straps. Oh well. I'm going to give this a few more hits. It's not quite tight enough. Here we go. Just a little better. A little better. Todd says, well, I'm off, so keep up the good work. Thanks for stopping in, Todd. Have a good one. Y-straps. Y-straps. Probably. It probably would help, but I often just see them on one side for some reason. I wonder what the specifics of that would be. Well, I should look into that. Just more work, but sometimes more work is worth it. I don't make a ton of armor for people to buy anymore, but it's okay. Hey, Everose. Stream is not quite over, but it's getting to the over-ish part. I'm going to wrap it up rather soon here. In fact, probably after I rivet this elbow, so 3 rivets, we'll probably wrap it up. Just because that's kind of what my goal was. My goal was to make sure these black arms got all their stuff done, and I didn't do that because I haven't made the straps for the elbows. But at least I've made the brown elbows and the black van braces. Super on point there, buds. Alrighty then. Let's do a little rivety-roo right here. Fail. Don't hurt my fingers. What's going on? Come on. Oh, thanks, Eva. Appreciate it. Says my videos are awesome. All right, let's popping off to rivet this really quick. I got GoPros going through my brain right now. Hero 10. I think they're up to the Hero 10. Come on, don't you do that. Almost. I do like that there's more spamminess. There we go. Eva says, you also inspire me to try and create my own armor. That's awesome. Love it. I've thought about making dog armor, nerd zerts. I'm very tempted to do so. A lot of my stuff is wrapped around the idea that I am selling patterns. So the idea of dog armor for me is kind of, I'm not sure if it works out, if it makes sense. I guess if people could just scale it and adjust it like anything. Like, it's not like humans aren't different sizes. It could be fun though. Some pooch armor, for sure. The consummate nerd says, kind of hurts my soul that people who are cornerstones of YouTube aren't making enough ad revenue to get the cameras they need. Yeah, my ad revenue is pretty hilarious, but I don't know. I guess I'm sure lots of compared to. I just don't get that many views. I just don't. I just don't get that many views. I'm doing well. Everything's working out. Now that my initial YouTube foray was very much just whatever I'm just gonna do it on as a side thing. But when I finally figured out I could do patterns, that's when it became something I thought I could do full time, and I can do it full time. So my ad revenue sucks, but my revenue's fine. Like I'm making a living off doing this because of the pattern sales and all that. But I've invested a crap ton of money into video gear. So I have 2 cameras, right? Already, we've got 2 really good cameras here in the shop. I've got a video switcher. I've got my old computers here with 2 monitors. I got a boom mic. I've got extra mics, lights hitting my backdrop. I got all sorts of stuff. Eventually, I'll be able to afford another camera. I just have a bad habit of buying stuff before making the money. Lots of people have that bad habit if they have credit cards. Yeah, I didn't want to get sponsored by Weaver. I was in I had a sponsorship with Lonsdale for a bit. It was all right, and I was in talks with Weaver, but Weaver was just being a little weird. Honestly, Weaver was just being weird because they have a very set and very religious. If you're religious, that's your thing. I'm not religious, so they have a very set, very religious forward bunch of text that you have to follow if you want to be sponsored by them. I'm not religious, so it was just very strange. So that didn't happen. And Tandy's never talked to me. And the only thing Tandy talked to me about was being a social media ambassador. He randomly contacted me to be their social media ambassador. I was like, I think you got the wrong guy. If this was like a job where you travel to trade shows and stuff, I'm like, sorry, that's not something I'm doing. 1 minute, I am riveting. Magical. And I've also been contacted by I still get laser companies contacting me wanting me to do videos. That laser thing was okay and all, but it was the worst decision I ever made. So I'm not doing single video sponsorships like that anymore unless it's absolutely blows my mind. Because that sponsorship was they send me a laser, I do a video, and I get to keep the laser. The amount of time that goes into making a freaking video, it's like they're getting a great deal. So whenever I get at least 1 email a week. I tell them I have this is my price. It's going to be a 30 to 60 second ad spot in my video in the middle of it, not at the beginning. In the middle of my video, there will be a 30 to 60 second ad spot, and you pay me this much money. Otherwise, go away. Go away. I'm not shooting a whole video for you guys. Not happening anymore. None of that stuff. So I'm waiting for somebody like Rage, maybe everybody does Raid Shadow Legends. That should be somebody I should think about. Something simple where it's in the middle of your video, not full branded videos. Something in the middle of your video, people can go, oh, this is a commercial. And they can skip ahead if they want. I don't have to it's frustrating. It's just a bad, start of this year was just dumb ideas by me. Dumb ideas. And this isn't a talking head channel, so my videos, I shoot 8 hours, it's my own fault, but I shoot 8 hours of footage to get a 15-minute video. That's why I've started releasing those leather carving videos, which, by the way, people like those leather carving videos more than my like hours and hours of doing tutorial videos. More people watch those leather carving videos than anything else. Like one of my leather carving videos just absolutely went bonkers last week, the week before, and it's up near 300,000 views in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Like that's like maybe 10,000 is what something would be up to in that time frame usually. It's absolutely astronomical. Gonna rivet this. So I'm trying to figure stuff out. That leather carving video jump into 300,000. No idea why. No idea. Nothing special about it. Great, we got like black fan braces and brown elbows. Do a little reading here. Yeah, I am trying to lock down the Zen carving ASMR bit. I've also, like as far as spending money on supply, like tools and equipment, I've been tempted to buy a second microphone. This is not a cheap microphone. Been tempted to buy another one, so there can be like stereo audio. But for now, the plan is to try and release a carving video, and then in a week release a build video, and then in a week release a carving video. That kind of thing. Just rotate through like that. That keeps stuff going on my channel. It makes both groups of people happy, and if people leave because they don't like carving videos, then whatever. What am I supposed to do? Just do what's fun. That's why my stupid thumbnails are still ridiculous, like my Gandalf thumbnail today, because I'm just doing what's fun. Probably not a good idea for a thumbnail. Well, I kind of got finished what I wanted to get finished today, kind of, in a roundabout way. I got fan braces riveted, and the wrong color elbows also strapped up. So, there we go. Wonderful, wonderful day. And you guys hung out. ASMR is awesome. I like ASMR stuff, honestly. For the longest time when I had my Bluetooth headset at home, which is at the shop now, I fell asleep to ASMR stuff all the time. I like that kind of stuff. Lots of people like it. So I just got to figure out the right stuff to make it happen nicely, because sometimes it's really noisy here. Well, I have problems figuring out how to end the stream. It is 6:46. We've got another Naked HD. I'm going to turn the Naked HD off again. I don't want it to spoil my outro. I've got a picture of the Naked HD, so we can make sure we block that for the future. I'm sure tons of people in here have clicked on the Naked HD. They're really curious. But thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for all the conversation. And it's you guys that are keeping me coming back to do this, because I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and it follows in line with my do stuff that's fun, and everything else will fall into place. Because for a while there, at the beginning of this year, I was starting to chase things and trying to make things happen that it wasn't fun for me. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. We've got a lot of regulars coming back. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the new members. Thanks for the super stickers. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm going to do my intro as my outro, because I have still not done an outro. Have a good weekend.